Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Empowering Intuitives Talk Show here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So it is wonderful to be back this week. And, tonight I'd like to really talk about something called earthing. And what is that and how can it help you? And especially right now with the tensions that are going on everywhere, people are amped up. Our energies are amped up. There can be anxiety, depression. Just think about the people that you interact with on a daily basis. What are they going through? What emotional state are they in? Have you noticed that people's energies are a little bit more short-tempered, that they get frustrated super easily? A lot of anxiety, depression. A lot of people talk about not being able to sleep, headaches, all kinds of physical symptoms that we're experiencing. And it kind of comes in waves, right? But a lot of it has to do with our lifestyles, right? Most of us are working inside. We're all on and around electronics. So I don't know about you, but I'm glued to this laptop all the time. And we're on our phones all the time. Our children, they're on iPads from the time that they can push a button. And they spend most of their day doing these things, right? And when you work in the medical field, then there's all kinds of electronics there. And these emit these electromagnetic frequencies, right? Which can cause disruptions within our energetic bodies, which manifest a lot of the symptoms we just talked about. So doesn't this seem like this applies to everybody right now? The other things that it happens is it zaps your energy, can give you issues with your memory. Well, I don't know about any of you, but when you were in your middle years, such as I am, these kind of go with the territory, but it's amplified by our lifestyles. So what can we do? This beautiful thing called earthing or grounding. And I know, like in the metaphysical community, the new age era, there's a lot of talk about, you're not grounded. And what is that? And what does that mean? So, grounding is really just reconnecting energetically to the earth, plain and simple. Let's break it down simply. And what happens is when we're around all of these pollutions and toxins, and that can be in chemicals, it can be in our food, all these electric devices, all of these things emit what they call positive ions. And our bodies are not meant to be in one extreme or another, right? Our bodies always want homeostasis or a center, a balance. And we are so out of balance with this. We don't spend enough time out in nature, right? What about you? Think about when you feel all amped up like this in your energies and your anxiety, depression, and you have all these things going on. If you go for a walk and you sit at the beach, isn't that like beach therapy is wonderful, right? Or sitting out in trees, hugging trees, sitting in the ground. A lot of people garden just to get their hands in that dirt and that soil. All of those things balance out all these positive ions, and they enhance the negative ions, which give us a sense of grounding, right? So I know personally, when I was younger, we were outside all the time. We were never inside. We were always at the beach. We were always digging in the dirt, in the water, in salt water, doing all of these things. So we were always very grounded as kids, but then we didn't have the electronics and the lifestyles that we have now. So what are some wonderful ways? We just talked about a couple of the ways that you can really find some centered and balance. Direct contact with the earth is the most powerful way. If you can't get outside, visualize being outside in a field and sit there and smell that and just experience what it is to be there. Sometimes you can just pick up a stone. You know what? I love how people always bring seashells home from the ocean because it holds the vibration of the ocean. And that's where they find the healing, and that's where they have those negative ions. So, going to a sacred place that you like and bringing a stone or a rock from that area, that holds the vibration, and that can also help you ground. Some other things, like in the new age community, we all love our crystals. I got my moonstones. We all have these crystals, and we're just really appreciating them for the powerhouses that they really are. And there's a lot of crystals that can help you ground. Any of the jaspers, I like red jasper, black tourmaline. Hematite is amazing. And, as a psychic medium, and I'm what they call very a galactic person, I'm always up in my upper chakras, I'm always out there. It's really challenging for me to stay grounded. So I have to purposefully do all of these exercises on a regular routine self care basis. And I actually wear hematite every day to really help me stay grounded. Shungite, love shungite. If you haven't worked with that, that's fantastic. But there's so many fantastic gemstones that can help you with your grounding. The There are some really cool things called grounding mats and grounding sheets, that the sheet set that actually plugs in, I guess, into an outlet where it grounds, and it has all these wonderful benefits. So, what are the benefits of grounding? Well, it enhances your mood. It can help you be in a happier, more balanced mood. So, if you tend to suffer from a lot of anxiety or depression, find yourself some of these tools and see if you don't do things on a daily basis. I'll tell you what, those grounding sheets are amazing. And somebody that really has struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, PTSD, any of these kind of intense mental health issues, get yourself a set of those. They're fantastic. But grounding also reduces your pain and inflammation in the physical body. How many people have that going on, right? One thing about our American diets is that they're very crappy and they enhance a lot of inflammation within the body. So, again, finding some good balance. But grounding really helps offset that as well. And it helps with your state of overall well being. Well, how important is that right now? Well, now we have tensions going on in the Ukraine. We have all of these impending stressors in the world right now that spirit has, foretold that are coming. And so more now than ever, we have to find some balance. We have to um, do really good self care for ourselves and take inventory about where you're at with things. If you're really anxious, maybe you're worried about impending war coming up and you have loved ones that are overseas or in the military. And it doesn't even matter if you have loved ones, these are our fellow Americans. And just remember, we're all one. So it's affecting all of us in various degrees. So finding a way to transmute that anxiety, tensions, unease will help the collective's energy as well. One thing that grounding does, and this is another reason why it's super important right now, is that it helps boost your immunity. And with Corona coming wave 9,000, no, but this nonstop variants that are occurring as viruses do. It's really important that we boost our immunity. And the things that sabotage it is our American diet, stress levels. So, how important is grounding? Even more than what you might have thought. But it also, in the way that it helps boost your immunity, is it will inhibit the growth of bacteria and viruses. So, we're always trying to be in a proactive state to try to get us in our healthiest form that we can possibly be. So, finding some routine of grounding on a daily basis, and then having plan B or C for when you're really stressed or things are amped up, just to help balance it, is really um, key for you. So it only takes about an hour of grounding a day to really significantly, statistically significantly improve your overall well being. So I know that seems like a long time, but there's 24 hours in a day. So break it up. Find your morning routine, add some things in there. So maybe you're going to do your meditation, but go do it outside and sit in the grass. Another way is using stones, especially in the winter. I'm not going outside too often in the winter just to sit and meditate, but I will in the warmer months. So find alternatives, right? Um, so one thing I want to also tell you is that have you ever felt, and I know all of us have, really kind of lost, confused, overwhelmed, floaty, dizzy, any of those things? This is where, if you practice some exercises that can help ground you. When I feel like that, what we need to do is pull the energy down into our feet. So there's some good meditations where you can visualize the energy coming down through and straight through your feet. You can hold some acupressure points behind the knees. That always pulls energy down and helps you ground. You can do, I love salt baths. That's a wonderful thing using Epsom salt, Himalayan salts, Dead Sea salts, getting a nice bath. With that, use about a cup for an adult, maybe more depending on how things are going, but that really does clear out the auric field really nicely. We talked about being near bodies of water. Go to a lake, go to a beach, sit in the sand, sit in the dirt, sit in the grass, hug a tree. Get your hands in that dirt, plant something, and hold those vibrations and notice how much calmer you are whenever you're doing any of these activities. I don't know about you, but that sets me right. Just gardening for the day, I am calm, centered, and I feel amazing. Take me to a beach any day, sit me there, and I am one happy girl. So think about this for yourself. Think about how you're experiencing your daily life. And do you notice that every day you feel a little ungrounded? How many times in a week do you feel like this? And what else can you do to help offset it? One really simple, powerful thing that you can do is unplug every single thing that you're not currently using. Decrease electromagnetic frequencies. That is by far the biggest offender for us in our daily lives. Another great way that you can help do that is they have a lot of necklaces, bracelets, things like this that can help offset it. You can get those little charms for your animals, and you'd be surprised how animals are so sensitive, and blocking the EMFs for them is very powerful as well. And that also helps with the whole house, right? So think about other ways that you can offset it, but unplugging what you're not using, plugging in only when you need to, take a break. The other thing I tell people is don't sleep with the phone right beside your head. Put it as far away as possible from you so that you are decreasing that around you. And notice that you'll sleep better for sure when you don't have all of that around you. So remember, simple techniques really can be impactful. So put a couple of these into your daily routine in the morning, maybe have some crystals around you when you are doing your morning routine, when you're working out, when you're meditating, whatever it is that you do for your self-care in the morning, and then maybe in the evening as well. Another great thing that you can do is have indoor plants. They really help as well. So I implore you to play with this. Each week we give you something else that can help you, empower you to be the best version of you. And Spirit is just talking about how important it is that we find our center and our groundedness so that we can really live in a more blissful state. And we're going to continue next week with more on being in the blissful state and how can we get there and how can we stay there. All right, guys, let's take a caller. We have Jade in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Hi, Jade. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
Not bad at all today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Did you have a question for me?
I do. I want to move back to closer to my friends, which is about 900 miles away. And I had a house, it's a fair way, and I had a house lined up, but it fell through. I'm just wondering, do you see me moving closer to them soon?
So, I do see another opportunity coming up here pretty quick. I see April to May. There's a really fantastic opportunity for another place.
Okay.
And now, are you looking? I see two opportunities. I'm actually seeing one. It might be like a temporary where you might go to like an apartment or a townhouse or something. I don't know if you were thinking that. I'm sorry?
I was thinking something more. I've got animals, so I've got a dog and cats and some chickens.
Nice. Well, there is an opportunity for that temporary kind of housing, but I do see an actual house, and I feel like there's a lot that this property is really neat because I just see so much yellow, and I feel like it's more about the energy of the place. It's a very happy energy. It's a very I just keep seeing sunshine. Like it really gives a good vibe, this space. And
I love yellow, so
I feel like when you look at the place, you'll like it, but when you go and you look at it, you're going to be all about it.
Right, that makes sense.
And what Spirit is talking about is, now, have you lined up opportunities? I don't know if you're currently working or what you do, but they're just talking about securing money. So to me, that sounds like a job or something like this. Does that make any sense?
Yes. I work for a supermarket chain,
okay,
and so I can transfer wherever I go.
Good. And I feel like it's with ease. I don't feel a lot of issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
So very good.
They're pretty happy to transfer people around the country. So
nice. Yeah, I don't feel like it would be a big problem. It's just lining it up. And actually, the one person in the company where you're trying to transfer to could help with, I feel like they know a realtor. They may know of somebody that you could trust their opinion, like sometimes you just don't know, but yeah, I feel like if you reached out to them and said, hey, I'm really looking to come into this area. Do you happen to know a good real estate agent that can help me? I feel like they're going to get you in right where you need to be.
Yes, local knowledge.
Correct. Yep. And so they will assist with that for sure. Yeah, because it's not, sometimes it's like pinning the tail on the donkey, or like pick it and hope
exactly.
for the best. Yeah. So no, I feel like it's very divinely guided, and it's just, it feels really good to me, the move. And they're saying that, though, you do need to thin down. So, it's an opportunity for you to shed some of the belongings that you have and kind of clean house really well, if you will.
Yes, I do that. I like to do that.
Perfect. So what they're saying is you could get started on that now, because that will help push the energy forward for you.
Okay. So all the packing I've got to do, I might as well do it and just get rid of things.
Yes, yes, that's what they'd like you to do. They want just, you don't have to like get it all done in a week, but take your time and really be mindful about the items that you really want to take, the items that you feel like you could pass along to somebody else. And remember,
Hmm.
just keep your eye on the prize, which is the new area that you want to go, and just keep that positive light wrapped around it. And I do feel like it's a great opportunity, and it really like feels good in the soul. So the person that you're going to be around there, your friends, it's a beautiful compliment, and it's divinely timed. So I feel really good about the move. And even though some people may not understand why you want to go, like people always have an
Hmm.
opinion. um,
Yes, yes, definitely.
trust your instincts because they're guiding you in the right direction. And I do feel after you get there, there's going to be just some beautiful opportunities that you wouldn't necessarily have where you're at now. So, um, you
That
know,
sounds wonderful.
yeah, and it really is. Of course, it's that ebb and flow. You got to move, you got to like get unpacked and get settled and all of those
Yes.
things. But I do feel towards the end of the year, like you'll be surprised how quickly you settle in. It's really nice.
Okay.
But I'm getting like very strong, like November, December is
Hmm.
um, big opportunity for new relationships. So that could be
Oh, I'm
significant.
single at the moment, so that would be nice.
Yeah, I'm getting like once you get settled, I feel like a really, really great partner comes in. So, um, it's that hurry up and wait for it. Spirit is always trying to give us to have some patience, but I feel like it's
That's tough.
for sure it is. But I feel like, it's been a long time coming. And once you make this move, it's almost like you're ending a cycle from now.
Okay.
Like you're ending a several year cycle, and you're like just finishing the healing process from that. So you're able to move
Yes.
forward. So yeah, so I really like that. And so continue to finish out that work and sending love and light and forgiveness, and just healing the rest of that over from now until May, while you're doing all these other things. You like to multitask.
I'm good at multitasking, yes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure you are. But yeah, and you do it really well. So, just hang in there and own it. But no, I feel like you'll handle it well. And keep your laughter going. I feel like it serves you super well. And it really is you have such a beautiful spirit. Um that you don't realize that your smile and your bubbly energy really helps so many people, more than you are aware of. And so Spirit wanted to make sure that sometimes you need that pat on the back. Keep on going. You're doing a fantastic job, and your light shines through in all that you say and in all that you do. So, you're always going to have a naysayer here or there, and let them just be them in their own energy, in their own space. Don't own their stuff. You understand?
I absolutely understand. That sounds wonderful. You've put a smile on my face.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Now I do have a lady that's stepping forward. Now, is your mother's
Mhm.
mom in spirit?
No, mum's still alive.
Your mom's mom?
Um, she's passed away, yes. She's in spirit.
Okay, correct. That's who I have here. Mom's mom. And
Hmm.
she she is so happy that you're going to make this move. She says it's daring. It's daring. So she might not have been so daring.
Grandma was pretty daring.
She's
Grandma did things her own way.
she's saying it's daring to do it. She likes it. She's excited for this journey with you. Um and she wants to talk about I don't know if you've had a recent change in your diet or you are thinking about it or you get that
Yes.
intuitive hit to change your diet, but she's doing one of these like, hey, now you got to pay attention to this.
Yes, I know what she's talking about.
Okay. Very good. So she wants you to know that she's still checking in on you and she's along for this ride. And I got that she could be fearless at times. She if
Oh,
it
yes.
if it looked interesting, she'd be like, "Yeah, let's do that."
She was a little Scottish woman, so
Oh,
very
nice.
fearless.
She didn't pull any punches.
Oh, no, never.
She's feisty. Well, she still has that beautiful feisty energy, and she just loves. She's claiming your daringness. Um, she's saying that's my girl. That you get it from her, and she's saying that you are a true warrior on a lot of grounds. If you understand that, you
Yes.
come
Yes, I
you
do.
come from very strong women, and
Yes, on both sides. Yes.
and she's so proud of you. So proud of you because you really can shine a beautiful light with that smile and your energy despite going through rough challenges. And that's not easy to do with the grace that you do it. So she's giving you a huge compliment because she's saying that she wasn't always that graceful. She sometimes just said it like it was and let the chips fall where they may, and then kind of felt bad a little bit later afterwards. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. Yes. Grandma had no filter.
Yep, that's pretty much it. And she's saying that you've taken those beautiful qualities of that and enhanced it even more because you've learned to do it in a different, more beautiful way. And so she's envious of that, if you will. Like she's so happy that you've refined that and made that better. And she just wants you to know she's around and she's looking forward to the journey and the adventure coming forward. And I'm going to leave that with much love for you, my dear.
Thank you so much. You've put a big smile on my face.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And you take good care. Well, thank you, guys.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining me for this episode of Empowering Intuitives Talk Show. And you can always go to my website, empoweredwellness.org, and book your reading with me and get a copy of my book. And I'll see you guys here next week. Namaste.